Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over a really good pole exercise that me and Bali have been using over the last couple of weeks to build on our control, our suppleness and my rider accuracy whilst jumping. I've wanted to take jumping back to the basics because we were just getting a little bit lost when it came to jumping in the school. So we have been using this exercise for the last couple of weeks and it has really helped. So I just thought I would show you how to set it up because it is super easy, and then I'll show you how to ride it as well. This is really versatile because you can ride it with just poles on the ground, or you can lift the poles up and then you can even turn them into jumps. Last week I raised 2 of them into jumps and it was really good. It's helped me a lot as well with riding more from my seat and getting her to come round to the poles or round to the jumps just by using my seat and the tiniest of rein aids. So let's set this up and ride it. So what you're going to need for this exercise is 4 poles, and either, if you're going to do poles on the ground, just 4 poles, or 8 cavalettis or 8 small jump wings like I've got here. So I'm going to be setting this up and working from the ground and then raising them into jumps. So I'm going to be using jump wings today. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the poles up in a cross and then obviously put the cavalettis or jump wings on either side of the poles. You want to make sure that you've setting this up in the middle of the school. Not necessarily like you can put it up at one end or the other, but just as long as they've got enough space to get around, because you're going to be riding this in a sort of 4-leaf clover sort of shape. So we'll set this up in the centre of the school so she's got an even amount of space on either side of the exercise. So we'll start by laying out the poles in the correct place. Put these poles in the middle of the school. So I'm just going to count how many fence posts there are from one end to the other and then just try and get it pretty much in the middle. 1, 2, 3, about 10 and a half. So we're going to go about here. About here. That looks about even. I'm doing this at the top end of the school, but I am leaving enough space between the exercise and the fence for her to come round and have a nice big space to come round to the next jump. So we're going to be putting these here, and then we'll put these ones straight across here, and we'll put a little bit of a gap in between just so they're not super close together. This exercise is so good because you can do it in walk, you can do it in trot, you can do it in canter. We've been using it to improve on my canter and just getting a lot more control in the canter and the speed and everything. I feel like it really helps to keep it in a nice rhythm when I'm focusing on the next pole. So put the poles as so, move that out of the way. So you want to set the poles out like that. If you are just riding the poles on the ground, that is all you need to do. But obviously if you're wanting to raise the poles, you'll need your cavalettis or little jump wings like I've got here. And then you'll just put these at the ends like so. I absolutely love these jump wings. Me and my dad made them in the summer and they are so lightweight. I can literally carry like 4 at the same time. So it makes setting up like pole exercises and jumps so easy. So that is the exercise all set up. I'm going to raise these now just because we don't really need to start off with them on the ground, just because we've been doing this exercise quite a lot. So I'm going to raise them all up ready to ride, and then I will warm her up for 10 minutes, get her really nice and supple by doing some serpentines and some figures of 8. And then once she's nice and warmed up, that's when I'll start riding this exercise. So this is how your exercise should be looking, and it should be in the centre of the school or as close to it as you can get, so they've got even amount of space around the exercise to be able to come round to the next pole. So let's go and get tacked up. Good girl. There you go. All ready to ride. Oh, you're so beautiful, Bali. Beautiful, moody. So I've just warmed Bali up. I've just done some walk and trot around the school, getting her stretching. I've done some serpentines and some figures of 8, just making sure she's listening to your leg aids, because that's going to be really important for this exercise, getting her round to the next pole. So once they're warmed up and they're bending really nicely, that's when you can start. So I'm going to start off in trot. She is more likely to knock over a pole in trot because she doesn't like to pick up her legs. So but we'll give it a go. We'll start off on the right rein because it's our better rein. I've put you in a wide angle just so you can sort of get everything in the shot. Hopefully. Hopefully anyway. So the whole purpose of this exercise is to keep her nice and relaxed. You don't want to rush in towards the pole. You just want to go into it nice and relaxed. Staying in trot. No. So she's just refused that, so I need to push her on a bit more. I'll go over it this time. Silly. Trot on. Okay, she's going to jump it, that's absolutely fine. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use the outside leg and the outside rein just to bring her round to the next pole. Hopefully she'll jump this one. Oh, she's going to jump that one as well. That's fine. Once she figures out her foot, and she should just trot over them. But again, using the outside leg, outside rein, just to bring her round to the next one. She's jumping that one too. But she isn't breaking into the canter, which is really good. She's not rushing it. She did knock one, but that's absolutely fine. Before I pick that pole up, I'm just going to do the other rein. See, she's trotting that now. She might have knocked it, that's fine. Oh no, she didn't. Very good, Bali. Outside rein, outside leg. Back round to the next one. Oh, she's trotting it now. Very good, Bali. See, once she gets her foot in, she will just trot over them rather than jump in them. She's actually doing better on this rein today. Very good, Bali. Riding this like a four-leaf clover. She's trotting over them really nicely now. Just giving her a little pat after each one. And just use your outside leg, outside rein to bring around. Always looking at the next pole to bring around to the next one. You want to be looking around. You want to try and get these corners as big as possible. It does get a little bit harder in the canter, but even then you want to be thinking, good girl. Yeah, very good. So now I've done those in trot and she's trotting over them really, really nicely. I think I'll just do the right rein one more time just to see if I can get her to trot over them rather than jumping them. I'm just going to put this pole back up and then we'll do the canter. And then once we've got the canter nice, then I'll put a couple of them up to little jumps. Good girl. And then try and get her to the end of the school. Turn outside rein, outside leg, just so she has a lot of space coming up to the next one. Very good, Bali. Trying to make these corners as big as possible so she has enough space to go. Oh, that was me. Back around to the next one, and we'll just go back around again. Good girl. Try and make the corners as big as possible so we have enough space to come up to the next jump. Good girl. Inside leg on, but I'm using my outside leg, outside rein. Well, good, well done. Tighter on that corner there. Good girl. That's it, bigger. She's knocked that, but it's fine. Very good. Very good, Bali. That was actually really good for that rein, to be fair. Usually that rein's a bit iffy. I think we can pop some of these up to a little jump now. Let's see. So I've raised 3 of these poles into little jumps now just to see how we get on. Obviously, if your horse isn't very fit, I wouldn't recommend this, but Bali is quite fit. We have been training all the way through winter pretty much, so she is quite fit. I'm not going to push her too much, but I thought it'd be quite fun to see if she could get over these all in little jumps. And if she finds this easy, we'll pop them up again and see how we get on. But these are about 1.5 foot, 2 foot, I think. The one on the other side is a bit smaller, but yeah, let's try this. I'm not going to be talking for this next little bit because I'm just going to be showing the jumping, but we are going to be riding this exactly the same as the poles on the ground and the raised poles no differently, using my body to direct her to where I want her to go, keeping a nice slow rhythm, and also not doing much with the reins. I want to really learn how to use my body, and this is why I'm using this exercise. So yeah, let's crack on. Good girl. Wow, space. Good girl, Bali. On these whoop, God, I didn't think she was going to go there. Good girl, good girl. Good girl, Bali. Right. Good girl. Good girl, Bali. Good girl. She's not rushing to any of these. She's being so good. I actually love this exercise. Like, it has worked so well for us. That's it, good girl. Oh, that was a bit close. Turn. Good girl. Woo! Good girl. Good girl, Bali. And then good girl. Trot you around for a second, and then I'm going to put them up. Yeah! I've raised this pole up, but again, I'm going to ride this exactly the same. I'm not going to change a thing. I'm going to ride it exactly the same and see what happens. Whoa! Okay, fair play. She jumped it. She knocked it, but she jumped it. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, Bali. Woo! Good girl. Whee! She's such a good girl. Oh, you're such a good girl, Bali. You little cheeky treat. Yeah, you've worked so hard. Such a good girl. Hey, have you been such a good girl? Have you? So that was my absolute favourite pole exercise at the moment. It just works on so many things, and it's such a simple setup as well. And it's great for their fitness and their balance and speed and everything like that. So it's really good for control and everything that we need, really, isn't it, Bali? It's basically just everything that... Oh, you taking that now? Okay. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Let me know if you give it a go, and let me know if you want to see anything else like this. There's so many pole exercises that I want to give a go, so I'm more than happy to film the setup and everything like that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Mwah, thank you. Thank you for that ride today, Bali. Very impressed with how you're going in there. Yeah. That's a good girl. You got itchy head. Oh, she was so good. I don't think she's fit enough for a jump that big yet, though.